You believe that God knows the future exhaustively. You believe that he's omniscient. I was happy to hear you admit that to Andrew. So we are in time. God is not in time. God will know then who ends up in hell before he creates them. Is that not fair?
Yes, but the reason he knows that is because he knows their choices,
no, that's
not
fine.
because he's
That's
determined
fine.
their choices.
No, that's fine. So God knows for certain where a person will spend eternity. We both agree on that.
Yes.
Okay.
And we
So if God,
we were
okay,
addressing that earlier.
hang on a second. If God knows for certain that a person will end up in hell, can they end up in heaven?
They could have ended up in heaven had they chosen
that's
otherwise.
that's not my question. God knows for certain.
The difference between the two, you're saying could it happen other than what God knows? And I'm saying no to that.
Okay,
Could it happen other than what they freely chose? Yes.
Okay, so
and
we agree.
That's what William Lane Craig talks about with the difference of necessity and certainty. Something can be certainly known by God without him being the one who necessitates it or causes it.
Well, we're not even talking about that. We believe that God knows for certain a person is going to hell. They will certainly go to hell. Now, if you're standing in front of that person, can they end up in heaven if you share the gospel with them and accept Christ?
Yes, because they have not freely made the choice yet.
Well, that's
God,
the problem.
God knows. God may know what they're freely going to choose to do, but that does not change the fact that they still have a free decision in the moment.
Well, I'm sure people watch.
That's a different philosophical perspective.
I'm sure people watching can see the inconsistency. God knows for certain that person.
I'm sure they can see the inconsistency with you as well.
Let me just finish. God knows for certain that person will end up in hell. You've agreed to that. God knows for certain that person will end up in hell, and now you're saying it's possible that they won't. And I say that's a big problem. And thanks for your time.
No problem.
Thanks, Si.